Everybody knows that opening packs is probably some of the most fun you'll have in the hobby of Pokemon. But the new style of rip and ships has essentially just made it where people are being paid to open packs for you. And I want to say that these streamers, these rip and shippers, are going to have a rude awakening very soon in the market, and I have a lot of reasons why. We have to talk about the problems of them in order to address why I think these things are going to be the solutions to the problematic issues we've had with these rip and shippers. Now, the first one is the lack of transparency. And that is because when you're watching a live stream, you are relying on the seller to be completely honest. But how do you know if they are, other than just having a random thumbs up count or having some kind of rating or whatever else? There have been multiple cases of streamers keeping high value hits and then resealing packs or even swapping cards before shipping, where they take one of your cards that's actually a better presentation to get a 10 and make money on that, and then they take their off-center card, damage card, whatever, and send it to you and say it may have happened during shipping. I mean, hell, we've even seen people that had giveaways that there were packs and then the card was too valuable, and then the people on the stream were like, yeah, we're not going to give that to you because that's just too much. And I'm like, that's not how this is supposed to work to earn trust with your community. And then that also goes to the whole idea of like, what do you do with a creator that is opening these packs for you? What if you never get the cards? What if they disappear? Like, it only takes a few minutes on a Reddit search or hunt to see people that have not gotten things from whatnot streamers, people not being able to actually talk to somebody at eBay or whatnot or whatever platform, USPS being an issue. And if the cards are super valuable, they're not insured to actually make sure that they get to you. So what do you do at that point, right? Like, who do you actually go to? Who do you point the finger at? And it is no secret that rip and shippers are relying on you paying more money for whatever product they're selling. So it is like, we would like to think these people are here just, doing the good deed of having product for you, but that's just not the case. And it's often known that it's several dollars more. And then when you multiply that beyond the literal hundreds of packs per night, they're making hundreds of dollars per stream, not including tips and things like that. I will cover that here as well. And let's be honest, capitalism is supposed to solve problems. And the problem many people have in this hobby right now is access to product. But I think that we're not having rip and shippers due to access to product. I think we're having rip and shippers because it's kind of just like, let's wedge ourselves as another middleman in between the consumer and these businesses or distributors or whatever else. And I would like to say, like, if you look at certain packs such as Evolving Skies that are now $25 a pack, like, I believe Evolving Skies has moved up in price because the fact that these rip and shippers have been able to get these dollar amounts for it. And so that can actually reflect on eBay and other places where those people are not necessarily relying on this for a margin of income per se. This gets to my next problem is, like, all of us, we essentially, the second we get a card that we believe should be sleeved, throw it in there. And that's it. It's not being shipped anywhere else, not being bent. And that can be a difficult thing because I like certain cards that I would like even reverse holos to go in a sleeve. Some people just throw that in the trash, but that's a different collector opinion versus another, right? And so you just don't know what's going to happen and how the cards are going to be handled. Like I discussed, there is no insurance either, and it is very difficult to get that, and you're going to pay a premium if you did want more. We do have to address the elephant in the room. This is like a game wrapped up in gambling. It is what it is. And I'm not here to shame anybody. I've been opening packs for years, and you have to understand that. What sucks is you have the same odds of hitting that card whether you buy it from a whatnot streamer or you bought it at your local game shop or you bought it from the Pokemon Center or whatever else. It all is now coming down to trust, and a lot of lines are being crossed in the ethical and moral dilemmas of what rip and shippers are doing. And I think that's why we're going to see some massive changes here soon in the dark sides of rip and shipping. To break down how much money are these guys really making. So a single Evolving Skies booster pack currently sells for around the $25 mark is what I've seen most recently on the market. and on the secondary market. But rip and shippers are streaming for, maybe even a little more than that, or maybe right at that. And I know that there are several rip and shippers that have actually sent out offers and said, I'm buying Evolving Skies at $18, $19 a pack in order to make sure that they have money or margin for their streams. So I wanted to calculate how much they are making off of this based off these margins. Evolving Skies is $25. If they sold that in a single stream, that's $2,500. If they got it for $20 a pack, that is $2,000. So they have $500 of profit. I'm keeping round numbers to make your life easier and do the math for you. Now, PayPal and the fees from Whatnot are about 3.5%, then an additional 30 cents. I calculated only the 3.5%. It was $87.50. And then shipping is about $4, so that's about $400. And then taxes, which was about $110, did not include state tax as well. So profit per pack is about $3. And if you did 100 packs a stream for that, that would be a total of $1,512.50. And then if you did that for the entire year, 5 days of streaming 100 packs of Evolving Skies, that is $78,000 after taxes. Mind you, that is so conservative, as there are people ripping literally hundreds of packs on stream every single night. Now, this leads us to the idea that I have for the streaming service of Rip and Ship. I think Pokemon is going to put a stronghold on this very soon. And I'm letting you know that because we've seen Nintendo and like these Japanese companies, they like controlling the brand, right? When you looked at Nintendo streaming on YouTube, you had to be signed up and there was a cut of the percentage that you were not going to get because you were streaming Nintendo games. Not user friendly, I understand, but Nintendo still survived. They know that you still are going to watch gameplay. They know you're still going to buy the games because the IP is just that strong. Now, when I'm looking at this, I'm going to tell you they are probably going to do a couple things before we get to my final evolution of Rip and Ship. The first evolution is probably going to be that they are going to have authorized sellers, and it may come at certain access to distribution, may come at certain benefits. If you buy a certain amount, things like that might become where this is at to kind of cool down the market, because the scarcity and the ability to get product will be more streamlined to them, and maybe not using distributors as the home you hook up, there you go, here's a couple pallets of stuff. And because that would take away from the brand and the idea that they have to rely on new people coming into the hobby. And I'm not saying it's for the kids, but Pokemon has to say it's for the kids, right? Like, they are appealing to now 40-year-olds, but also, 6, 7-year-olds as well. And they have to consider the entire plethora of that audience. And we have to respect that. I've seen people talk on YouTube about Black and White being where they jumped in and that's their favorite game ever. To me, it's a B+. Not a bad game, but it's a B+. And so I say that because, like, everybody's evolving and revolving in this hobby, and that's kind of what we're going to see as time goes on and why Pokemon really values that. And my last thing I'm going to say from the perspective of the streamers that are doing this is I think people being in front of the camera, behind the camera, we have shown it is irrelevant. People just want the packs opened. There may be some personality plays there, but it is about rapid just movement of packs. That's all they want. So if they are providing personality, every second they are not opening a pack, they are not making money. So as much as that would be awesome, I just don't think that's going to be the case. I think there's going to be some automated form of this that's going to happen, maybe at like an eBay level or something like that, or maybe Nintendo works with another company. But that is what I think is going to happen. And on top of that, these businesses, to pay somebody to just open packs all day is a unnecessary expense if we could cut that down in some way, shape, or form. And a lot of people talk about this as like an entertainment value thing, but I'm going to be honest, like, as someone that's had thousands and thousands of subs before, like, I love that, but my brain cannot comprehend Shy Guy 1562, right? Like, I cannot know who that guy is, even if he's in the stream every day or whatever else. So you may feel like you're getting some very personal interaction with this person, but the reality is, like, there are so many people coming and going, it can be quite difficult to kind of have a real community, just to put that out there, as there's hundreds of people watching. You can do what you want with your money. I'm not going to demonize you. I understand if that's how you find enjoyment, that's awesome. Do whatever you want to do. I'm just going to say, I think that these people that are making all this money right now, there are going to be bigger players that are going to come in, wipe them out, and do it better and more ethically and morally done, where there's not going to have the reputation of people resealing packs and things like that, because these companies are going to have such a brand or image, like I said, like an eBay or something, where they are going to pretty much overrun any chance of this being the case. So just putting it out there. If you guys like what I have to say about this, awesome. Like the video, all that stuff. We're trying to hit 1,000 subs. I'd appreciate it. I'll see you guys next time.